My name is Ninet. Hi, I'm here with Rob on Front Row Live. Thanks for watching, for being. Spread the love.
You have 3 more days for your album to drop. This is fifth record, but this is like your first American release.
Exactly.
How exciting is it leading up to this like big release for you?
Wow, we've been working on this album for 2 years now, 2.5 years. And for me, first of all, the fact that it's like actually happening now, it's like, oh my God. You imagine that I'm pregnant for 2 years, okay? It's fucking heavy, man. So I'm so happy that it's like actually out. And, the first album in the US it's a serious thing for me.
When did you feel you were ready to make that breakthrough to do an album for the States?
I was ready, ever since I was born, man. I'm just, I was waiting for the right time. Actually, I thought about it yesterday that why it didn't happen like until now. Yeah. And I think that now I'm really ready. Like in terms of my musical taste and what I want to say to the people, to the audience. And I think now it's like, it's getting more the shape of like, it's not complete. I'm not complete. I think I will never be like a complete person, but it's like I'm getting there. And this is the right time. That's what I feel.
And where do you feel you're at with this record? I mean, that's 5 records in already. Not a lot of people can say they've even done 2.
Well, 3 of them was in Hebrew. 3, 4, 3.
3. I think the 4th one was your first English one, right?
Yes. No, the third one was my first English one. Okay. And, I'm in this business for like, I don't know, 14 years now. So, but I have a lot to learn. I'm still learning every day. So I'm like, I'm here. I believe I'm here for a reason. I don't know why.
That transition from Hebrew lyrics or even Hebrew writing to English writing, what is that like? Is that something that took some time to really practice, or is that something that just happened naturally, just like all the other music you've written?
First of all, I believe in practice. You always practice. You have to practice. That's how you get the best result. But I'm writing in English ever since I'm 16. Okay. So it's like, it's all the time. But as I say earlier, I still have a lot to learn, of course. And I read in English, and I think the moment I start to dream in English, then I know that I'm here, it's like totally here. My body, my spirit, my soul, my heart. Yeah. Right.
And you've been in LA not that long.
6 months.
Look at that, 6 months. So what brought you out here? Was it the music? Was it the fact that, LA is just everybody's dream to be out here? Like, what brought you to LA?
My manager. Actually, my initial plan was to go to New York. Okay. To move to New York. But then I was there with my husband and daughter in the winter. And
you changed your mind completely.
Fucking cold, man. And I'm from Israel. Yeah. It's like it's it's very different. And with the baby and everything, I thought it would be like, I came back to the hotel and I was like, I told my husband, I'm fucking exhausted and I did nothing today. So what are we going to do? And then I talked to my manager, Sylvia, and she said, honey, you have to come to LA. And I'm like, really? Yes. Okay, let's go to LA. No problem. Yeah. And I'm happy that we're here.
And did you end up writing majority of the record out here in LA, or was that something that you did out in New York, maybe back in London?
This album I wrote in Israel.
Okay.
The album that's coming out right now.
Paper Parachute?
Paper Parachute, thank you. And I finished writing the next album here in LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're quick.
Yeah, because that's why I'm saying that I'm really happy that we're here, because LA is full of inspiration. It's like everywhere. You just have to be aware and to just be open-hearted.
Right.
Yeah. So I finished writing the next album. We're gonna record it very soon.
That's crazy.
I'm so happy.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Now, since you did experience working on music here in LA, how different is it from back in Israel? Especially being in a studio with a producer, like how different is that? Is the work that we don't see?
First of all, in LA, it was my first studio because in Israel I was working from my home.
Okay.
I had like a little studio in my room, but when we got here, I rented a studio, and it was like the best studio ever. I went there every day, and this is where I wrote the next album.
Yeah.
I just went there every day with my guitar, computer, like mini studio.
Right.
And I was writing everything there, like for hours. I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. It was like, I felt it in my body.
Yeah, I just had to come out.
Yeah, exactly. And, as I said earlier, LA is like inspiration is everywhere. You just have to be,
Right.
breathe.
And you were mentioning you didn't have a studio back in Israel. So does that mean you didn't have a producer as well? You did everything yourself?
In Israel, me and my husband, we did it like half and half. I was recording at home, loops and guitars and riffs and all kind of the arrangement. And then Joseph, my husband, he took it to the next level in terms of sound and the production. But we do everything together. Yeah. He produced this album as well, Paper Parachute.
Okay. And tell me more about this album. When creating this album, what is it that you want, that you wanted your fans to get out of this record?
I want them to space out.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, if they have trouble in their lives, which I'm sure everybody have trouble, and
Right.
music for me is the real cure for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear music, when I put on record that I really love, I feel like I'm like it's like a healing thing.
Yeah.
So I want this album to just help them to feel good with themselves, and they can be sad, but it's okay to be sad.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right.
Yeah.
It's only natural.
Exactly.
Now, is there a significance with Paper Parachute?
What do you mean? Like
The title alone, is there something significant from the title?
Well, think about it. Paper Parachute. But let me ask you, what does it mean?
I don't like it when the tables turn.
I love to do it. What do you think? What do you get from this? Like Paper Parachute?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I was trying to figure it out on the way here.
Don't ask me. Ask yourself. I can answer it, I can answer it, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. And,
Fine. You got out of it.
No, I'm serious. I really want to know what
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one, because I literally on the way here I was thinking about it. I was like, what could it possibly mean?
Really?
Maybe it's so clear and that I can't I keep missing it.
So I do want to explain.
I think you should.
Okay. Usually I don't do that, but I do want to do it right now. Paper Parachute. So if you're diving from the sky,
Mm-hmm.
okay, with parachute that made up out of paper,
You're just gonna drop.
you're gonna die.
Right.
Anyway, you're gonna die. It doesn't mean that you have a parachute, okay? Because it's paper.
Right.
So it's your ending.
Okay. It was that simple. See, I was thinking
Exactly.
too into the box, and it just wasn't happening.
It's very simple. When I wrote this song, I was in a state of mind that I'm nothing can save me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna die anyway, so okay. So this is it. The song basically talks about how we, as human beings, live in the everyday life,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, eventually we're going towards the end. So it doesn't mean that now you feel sadness or happiness or nothing is important. It's kind of dark, but I'm happy now most of the time. So yeah, but this specific, a song is a specific moment in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wrote this one, I was very down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that come back to you every time you hear it, especially performing this song live?
Every time I sing it, yeah. When I sing it, I have to connect to this place. And I have a lot of dark spots in my life.
Mm.
Spots, I wish it was spots. It's yeah. But we just got back from like a mini tour, and every show I have to like meditate before I'm on stage. I have to concentrate and like to I want the audience to feel like we're in some kind of a cave, like out of this world.
Right.
And the reactions I get from the audience is pretty like, thank you for taking us to this place.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
That is cool.
I'm really happy when they react like that.
It was a darker place for you
Yeah.
with this song. Is that safe to say that that was probably the hardest song to put out on this record? Or did you have something else that you were struggling or thinking twice about?
I think every song has its, I mean, yeah, it's one of the darker songs that I wrote, I think, but it's not the most. I mean, I have darker songs. Usually I don't think twice, I just feel it.
Okay.
I mean, if it should be in the album or not.
Right.
So, yeah, this one is like for sure.
You've been teasing a little album release tour.
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest you just did. You're going to the East Coast, and then you're closing off February 16th at the Echoplex in LA.
And you're gonna come.
I am definitely gonna come. Yes,
Definitely.
I am definitely gonna come.
But I'm not gonna count on it until I see you there.
It's before my March run, so I will be here.
Okay.
So you have these shows that happened already. How have those shows been, and how similar is a show here in the States as opposed to back home?
First of all, the shows were amazing. I mean, I saw the audience, the people that were there, and I was shocked actually, because we were sold out, and I've never been in those places, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
And it's a major venue, like it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, for me it's a big deal, you know. Nobody knows me here. I mean, a lot of the audience were Israeli people, and that surprised me as well, because, you know, I don't take for granted, I mean, nothing. So everything that's happening, I really, really appreciate it.
Right.
And at the shows were, I mean, I was like, I was flying in the air, really. I had such a great time. And we have another leg like this in the East Coast very soon. And I can't wait. I'm so excited, really. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Now you were excited about these shows, but were you nervous at the same time because it's new territory for you?
Always. I say if I'm not nervous before I'm like getting on stage, so for me it's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what's going on?
So never be comfortable.
Exactly. In your life, by the way, I believe that you should always search for the uncomfortable place in order to create and to be, you know, to just be new to yourself all the time. Because if you're like in your comfortable zone, you don't try hard enough.
That's
you
true.
don't. Yeah. So
don't
that's what
challenge yourself.
exactly. I believe in like challenging yourself all the time. That's why we moved here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in Israel, I had this everything going on, but I really wanted to just throw myself. Sorry, another throw at you. Throw myself into like this new sea, new ocean.
Now, since you mentioned being uncomfortable, what makes you uncomfortable when you go into the studio?
First of all, when I write the guitar parts, I never make it easy, like for me.
Okay.
So I'm always searching for new riffs that my fingers don't know where to go. You know what I mean? So I have to try harder. So I write, I mean, if I have this kind of a riff and it's pretty simple for me to play, I'm searching for another one. So it will be harder. So in the studio, when I have to record a guitar part, this is the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to really try to do it and to make it sound good. Because I can play guitar, okay, but the difference between make it sound perfect to, you know, just play it, it's like it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So this is my challenge right now, to find my sound when I play.
Right. What about writing wise?
Well, this album, I mean the next album that I wrote here.
I can't believe you're already talking about the next album. This is crazy.
Man, what the fuck? But I'm like, it's just that's what I'm about to say. That like the lyrics and the melodies and the everything just came out of me. I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, it was like a magic. Seriously, I just sat there in my balcony like
Yeah.
every night, and I was writing like that. Yeah, it was insane. When it happens, those moments, it's like it's treasure. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It doesn't happen all the time like
Right.
this. So I don't know. When I came here, I just felt the need to just throw up everything
Yeah.
on you know
On
on paper. Yeah.
And with that being said, like you have a daughter, and having kids is definitely not easy, especially when they're really young. They want
Yeah.
your attention all the time. So
Exactly.
when you're focused on something like that, how do you balance being a mom at the same time?
So usually it happens when when Amelia is asleep, my little baby. Then I'm like going to my balcony with whiskey, and I'm just starting to write everything. So
Yeah.
when she's asleep, and you know, during the day, of course, I'm with her, and like she loves Sia.
Yeah.
Like really, yesterday we were walking down the street,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Don't give up, don't give up, no, no, no." She started to sing, and I'm like looking at my husband. What, man? It's amazing, and she's
She
dancing.
needs to be on the next album.
Oh my God, she will be. She will be. Of course, she will be. No doubt.
So I'm sure that's a lot more inspiration for you.
Yeah, of course. Just looking at her, she's so funny.
Yeah.
She's the most. She's like. Don't have the word is like doesn't exist.
Yeah.
She's amazing, really.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now back to Paper Parachute. It drops February 3rd. So close. So close. What, for those that have never heard of you or your music before, why should they go ahead and check out the record?
I just hope that people will like it. Why should they do that? To check, because it's new music, and it's always fun to check new music for me. So just go check it, and if you like it, come to the show. That's what I can say. Yeah.